What if the animals we know today were not the only creatures to walk the earth? In the distant past, our planet was home to incredible species that no longer exist. From the massive woolly mammoth to the mysterious Tasmanian tiger, these animals once ruled the land, sky, and sea, but they vanished. Why did they disappear? And how did they lose their place in the natural world? In this video, we'll dive into the tragic and fascinating stories of these lost animals and uncover the real reasons behind their extinction. Was it a dramatic change in climate? Were humans the cause? Or did some species just not adapt in time to survive? We'll explore the story behind the dodo and how human activity played a role in its extinction. The dodo is one of the most famous examples of extinction caused by human activity. This flightless bird, native to the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean, once thrived in a lush and isolated environment. However, by the late 1600s, the dodo had disappeared forever, making it a symbol of how human actions can drastically impact wildlife. The dodo's life before humans. The dodo Rhaphis cuculidus was a large, flightless bird that evolved in an ecosystem free from natural predators. Without the need to fly, the dodo developed strong legs for walking and a unique, curved beak. It primarily fed on fruits, seeds, and roots found on the ground, living peacefully on the island. Because Mauritius was isolated, the dodo had no natural predators, which allowed it to thrive in its environment. Human arrival. The downfall of the dodo began in the late 1500s when humans first arrived on Mauritius. Portuguese sailors were likely the first to land on the island, followed by the Dutch, French, and British over the next century. With human settlement came new challenges for the dodo. How humans contributed to the extinction. Habitat destruction. Early settlers cleared large areas of forest to make way for crops, homes, and settlements. The destruction of the dodo's natural habitat had a direct impact on its food supply and nesting grounds. The megalodon, the terrifying ancient shark that vanished without a trace. The megalodon Carcharodon's megalodon is one of the most iconic and terrifying creatures in the history of the ocean. With its massive size and powerful jaws, this prehistoric shark ruled the seas millions of years ago. But despite its dominance, the megalodon vanished without a trace, leaving only fossilized teeth and a sense of mystery behind. The rise of the megalodon. The megalodon lived during the Cenozoic era, specifically from the Miocene to the Pliocene epochs, approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago. It was a true apex predator, known for its enormous size and fearsome hunting abilities. The megalodon was not a single species but a member of the Carcharodon's genus, a close relative of the modern great white shark, though much larger and more powerful. Size and strength. Estimates suggest that the megalodon could grow up to 60 to 70 feet 18 to 21 meters long, making it the largest predatory shark to have ever lived, about 3 times the size of the largest modern-day sharks like the great white. Its teeth, which could measure over 7 inches long, were capable of crushing bones and tearing through prey with terrifying efficiency. The megalodon likely preyed on large marine mammals, such as whales, dolphins, and seals. Habitat. The megalodon roamed oceans around the world, from coastal waters to deeper, open seas. Fossil evidence has been found in areas as diverse as Europe, North America, and Australia, indicating that this shark was a global predator, adapted to various oceanic environments. The mystery of its extinction. Despite its dominance in the oceans for millions of years, the megalodon eventually went extinct. However, the reasons behind its disappearance are still debated by scientists. There are several theories about what might have led to the megalodon's extinction. Climate change. One significant factor that may have contributed to the megalodon's extinction is climate change. As the planet cooled during the transition from the Miocene to the Pliocene, ocean temperatures dropped, particularly in the cooler, deeper parts of the ocean. Megalodons thrived in warmer waters, so this cooling could have reduced the availability of their prey and forced them to adapt or migrate to less favorable areas. The woolly mammoth. How climate change and human hunting may have led to its end. The woolly mammoth Mammuthus primigenius was a massive, elephant-like creature that roamed the earth during the Ice Age. With its thick fur, long curved tusks, and immense size, the woolly mammoth became one of the most iconic animals of the prehistoric world. However, despite its once dominant presence in the northern hemispheres, this giant mammal vanished from the planet about 4,000 years ago. Scientists believe that a combination of climate change and human hunting were key factors in the woolly mammoth's extinction. The woolly mammoth's life. The woolly mammoth was well adapted to the harsh, cold environments of the Pleistocene epoch. These animals roamed the tundra and cold steppe regions of North America, Europe, and Asia, where they grazed on grasses, shrubs, and other vegetation. Their adaptations to cold included thick fur. The mammoth had a dense, shaggy coat of fur that helped insulate it against freezing temperatures. Layer of fat. Beneath its fur, the woolly mammoth had a thick layer of fat to keep it warm. Long, curved tusks. These tusks, which could reach up to 15 feet long, were not only used for foraging and fighting but may have also been essential for social interactions and mating displays. Despite these incredible adaptations, the woolly mammoth eventually disappeared, and scientists have debated the causes behind its extinction for years. Climate change, the shifting world. One of the most widely accepted theories for the extinction of the woolly mammoth is the dramatic climate change that occurred at the end of the Ice Age. End of the Ice Age. About 10,000 years ago, Earth began warming, marking the end of the last Ice Age. As temperatures rose, the vast, cold steppes where woolly mammoths once thrived began to shrink. These grassy plains were replaced by forests and warmer ecosystems that were less suitable for the mammoths, which depended on open, cold environments for grazing. The Tasmanian tiger. Its struggle against hunting and habitat loss. The Tasmanian tiger, also known as the thylacine Thylacinus cynocephalus, was a carnivorous marsupial native to Tasmania, Australia, and New Guinea. With its distinctive appearance resembling a large dog with stripes across its back, it was once a dominant predator in its environment. However, by the early 20th century, the thylacine had been driven to extinction, largely due to human activities, including hunting and habitat destruction. The life of the Tasmanian tiger. The Tasmanian tiger was not actually a tiger, but a marsupial, closely related to other Australian animals like the Tasmanian devil and the numbat. It was an apex predator, preying on a variety of animals including small mammals, birds, and reptiles. Despite its dog-like appearance, the thylacine had several unique characteristics. Physical appearance. The thylacine had a slim, elongated body with a stiff, kangaroo-like tail. Its fur was short and coarse, ranging from sandy yellow to brown, with distinctive dark stripes across its back and tail, which gave it the tiger nickname. Behavior. Nocturnal and solitary, the thylacine was known for its ability to hunt at night. It was an efficient predator, using its keen senses of sight and smell to track down prey. The thylacine also had a unique method of carrying its young in a pouch, as it was a marsupial, like kangaroos and koalas. For thousands of years, the thylacine thrived in Tasmania, but by the 19th and early 20th centuries, a series of events led to its tragic downfall. The impact of human hunting. One of the primary reasons for the extinction of the Tasmanian tiger was the relentless hunting pressure it faced after European settlers arrived in Australia. Bounty hunting. European settlers viewed the thylacine as a threat to livestock, particularly sheep. In response to this perceived danger, the Tasmanian government began offering bounties for every thylacine killed. As a result, professional hunters and farmers began to trap, shoot, and poison the thylacine in large numbers. Between 1888 and the 1920s, the bounty hunting efforts led to the significant decline of the thylacine population. Perception as a threat. The settlers believed that the thylacine was a dangerous predator of livestock, despite little evidence to support this claim. The thylacine primarily preyed on small animals and rarely attacked domestic animals. However, the fear and misunderstanding of its role in the ecosystem fueled the desire to eradicate it, contributing to the rapid decline in its numbers. Exploitation for museums. Beyond bounty hunting, there were also efforts to capture and display thylacines in zoos and museums, often without regard for the animals' well-being. In some cases, they were captured alive and placed in captivity, where they faced poor living conditions. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to discover more about the incredible world of lost animals and the lessons they leave behind.